everybody. One of Wiisdom here. It is July 4th, Independence Day here in the United States, and hope everybody's having a great time. I will tell you now, if it sounds like there are explosions outside my window or the house is being shelled, fear not, it's just the firework people. And I say this is technically July 3rd still. I literally just turned past midnight, so the legit city and county fireworks stuff that goes on, tomorrow night or later tonight, if you will, close to 24 hours away. All this is just individuals, and it's fantastic, right? So it's died off a little bit. I'm thinking they've probably gone to bed to try and make parades tomorrow. That's honestly our only recourse, because last night it was a hopping and a popping until probably about 4 in the morning, which is fantastic because I had to work. So anyway, plus there was a really nasty storm. These people were literally out shooting fireworks in the middle of a thunderstorm, so I don't know. That said, where we left off, we took Mysticat, who turned out to be much easier to document than I was initially assuming he would be. And our first path we took him down was the bottom path, Meow You See Me. That actually turned out to be insanely good. That said, I sort of, laid it out if I just had one Mysticat, which I do, which path would I most prefer, and I was thinking it would be the top path. And it's going to have to be pretty awesome, I will say. That said, since we have to collect the Sky Chi, that's incentive for me to not reset a character, even if I happen to prefer a path, or it's numerically better. So, just gut instinct said, hey, that top path sounds pretty cool. So we did the bottom path first, and that's why we're here. So, I've reacclimated myself to him. We took him through his base upgrades, or I just did. I've already done that with you. And pretty cool character, really. He's got a lot of unique things going for him. There you saw primary, secondary, and tertiary all in a row. And we'll just kind of wait for the copycat to expire. It's a pretty cool dude. Again, he and several others, Ember, Chain Reaction, they seem a bit overwhelming when you place them on the portal and introduce them and you read through the upgrades. You're just thinking, oh no, this will be a nightmare to figure out, won't it? And like I said, his was not that bad. That said, for the sake of me being able to get some sleep tonight, because I finally don't have to work tomorrow, let's go ahead and get started here. So if you're interested in the bottom path, or as I like to call it, Meow You See Me, be sure to check that video out. Again, we've already done it. It's way better than it seems if you just were to read all three of these, I'll say that. So it's a very potent path, we must admit. So we're going to come in here and we're going to do Paw-Erful Painter. See what they did there? Lots of puns with this one. Improve damage to Laser Painter and your cat's familiars. Now, cat's familiars, there's a lot of things here. You've got copycats, you've got doubles, you've got cats familiars. A lot of people would just read this and be like, cats familiars, that's probably like the little magical clone guys, right? No, that's actually the yarn balls. So, yeah. And I have to say, I am honestly a fan of the yarn balls. I just think it's hysterical, personally. So that's what we're going to do. Again, if you're interested in Meow You See Me, you improve your Disappearing Act and Copycats, which again, that turned out to be a phenomenal path in my opinion. We're going to go ahead though and take the top path now, Paw-Erful Painter. So, we know, I miss you Skylander Tutor, I warned you this day would come, people. But it gets started with Catastrophic Chasers. Conjure 4 cats familiars when you press X. They will do increased damage each time they hit an enemy. Now this could be difficult to document, so Cat's Familiar, it's right here. This is basically just an add-on to the primary. So the primary attack, just to recap it for you, is Laser Painter. We press X to channel a beam in front of you. The way it basically works is You press X, a laser shoots out. It does 16 to 24, and then if you're in close enough proximity to the enemy, this little yarn ball will follow it, almost like it was a string, you know, being rolled towards or something. It also does 16 to 24. But then whenever we come in here and we pick up Cat's Familiar, you shoot the laser, the yarn ball goes out, and then these two other yarn balls spawn, and they sort of, I would say, they kind of orbit you, like, quickly 2 times. And so essentially what they do is not much damage, sadly. But you create 2 yarn balls for 3 seconds that orbit you. They do 8 to 12 damage, and I've actually documented it here tonight. And I noted that you could get 4 hits, and that's roughly 2 hits per yarn ball, right? So we're expanding on that again with Catastrophic Chasers. We're going to conjure 4. I don't know why they don't just say yarn balls, but whatever. That's how I'll word it for our ease of understanding here. So we're going to conjure 4 yarn balls when we press X. They'll do increased damage each time they hit an enemy. Now, my hope is that they do increase damage immediately, even if it's just jumping from 8 to 12 to 10 to 15. That would be lovely. And then our question becomes, how many times can we ramp this thing up? Because the bottom path, again, has some insanely good damage numbers. So if this is to be anywhere near proportionate, this is going to have to be like, perhaps not exponentially increased, but very, very radically increased. So let's go ahead. We will, you know what, we won't buy it. Let me show you what we've got. I press X, you see the yarn balls there. And they technically, it looks like they go around 3 times, but I promise you, when I stand point blank range here, you'll see 16 to 24 from the laser, then 16 to 24 from the traveling yarn ball, and then the 2 that will orbit me with Cat's Familiar, if you will, they're going to do 8 to 12, and you should see 8 to 12 4 times. Those are the lowest numbers. They're the only ones I want you to pay attention to here. But do also note that this does pierce through enemies, so the second training dummy will also be hit at 16 to 24 2 times. There's 1, there's 2. So, again, it's technically 4 hits, you know, like 8, 8, 8, 8, basically 32. But the yarn balls intersect once, they intersect twice. So, there you go. It's probably going to get very complex here. We'll see what we can make of it. So, here we go. You know the drill. We're going to have 4 of them, and they increase each time they hit. First thing first, let's see if 16 to 24 is still the thing. Oh, that's kind of a cool aesthetic. So let's take a look at the placements here. 2 of them are sort of out front, and 2 of them are kind of behind you, and then they sort of orbit differently. They kind of move backwards, I would say. So let's just see if we can just get 1 yarn ball to maybe hit. Oh, it's still 8. Okay, did you see the 1 yarn ball that hit at 8? Sort of had like this blue aura come around it. There you see it. Oh, and it did 9 there on a second hit. Okay, I literally don't move, and you know. Alright, let's just inch closer. 11, okay. This is gonna be a nightmare. It looks so cool though. Okay, let's just point blank range this thing and see what we get. That's insane. So the highest number I have seen is 12. So let's try to stand to the side. Well, he turned on me. Okay, I want to shoot like straight towards that arrow. But he auto-seeks. So, 8, 9. I never see 10 though. Has anyone seen a 10? The 8 and the 9 makes sense, but then we just jump to 11. Which I'm not complaining about, I'm just trying to figure out what the logic here is. The 18 would have been a critical off of 12, if you wonder what that would have been. Huh. Was that a 14? Seriously? 14 again. Huh. Man, you know, I do my best for you. There was 14 again, so... Oh, God. Catastrophic chasers. Indeed, what a nightmare. So, I'm just going to, again, call them yarn balls because that's what they are. 4 yarn balls orbit. Let's count a duration here. How about that? That's kind of my go-to when we get in a sticky situation. 3 seconds, roughly. That's what it was to begin with. Hit at 8 to 12. Then 9 to... what would that be? 14? But the 14s we saw have not been critical hits. I've not seen an exclamation point after them. So I'm going to say 1 hit, your standard, just like it was, 8 to 12. Then 9 to 14. Then we're going to have an 11 to 17. We'll round 5.5 up to 6. And let me add then. You know what? No, we won't. 8 to 12. 9 to 14, 11 to 17, and if we do in fact have a 14 there, let me check this here. Okay, cool. You know, I'm finally getting a few more people to watch Shotgun Farmers, and if you haven't been, I've only done 4 episodes, but that game is so good. It's not on sale in the Steam Summer Sale, but it's $9.99. And for $10, I don't know if you could get a better game, really. It may not be for everyone. It's a first-person shooter, but holy crud, do I have fun with that. And I've yet to play online because my internet sucks so bad. But I just do the practice rounds, and it's so much fun. It's a shame the practice rounds don't let me, like, pick the number of people and pick the map. I know there's other maps, but... we'll see. And apparently there's an axe. I've looked at the achievements recently. That's one of the Steam Summer Sale things I'm trying to do. I have to get an achievement, and there's one you have to kill X people with an axe. And right now I've only gotten to use a shovel, and I would love to use an axe. But anyway, back to this. 8, 9, 11, and then 14. Half of that again would be 7, so our critical would be 21. Let's see if we can get 14 to come up more. Okay, that 14 was a critical. There was a 17. So the 14 was a critical off the 9. The 17 was a critical off an 11. There was our 14. Can we please just have a 21 for science? Come on, 21. Oh, jeez. You know what? If I stand in the middle here, what'll happen? Chaos ensues. Okay, so I don't know that we'll ever get a 21, but I honestly believe it is possible. 26! What? 26? Where did that come from? So are we getting a 17 standard now? There was a 24. What? What? Okay. 18 would have to be... No. What would that be? 24, would that be... 7? No? Dang. Just when I thought we were done with this. Okay, that was a 24 again. Show me the 26, please. So 16 and 24 tie in. And then there's a 17. Okay, wow. 14 to 21, 16 to 24, 17 to 26. I don't feel like we could get ourselves in a better position to have maximum hits with these yarn balls. I saw a 16 and I saw a 17. So literally, wow. I will assume that each yarn ball has the potential to hit 17 to 26. So if we can get 17 out of each yarn, and you have to realize though, they're building that up. So, yikes. Anyway, 17 to 26, we can assume that happens one time. That would be 68 by way of these 4 yarn balls. Oh man, this is insane. Okay, what I'm trying to figure out now is if each individual yarn ball goes 8, 9, 11, 14, 16, 17, or if it's like, hey, I'm yarn ball 1 and I hit an enemy, and then yarn ball 2 strikes and it's like, cool, I'll do 9. And then yarn ball 3 is like, wow, you guys both hit someone, let me take someone down at 11. I feel like the numbers overlap. Obviously, everyone does 8 to begin with. And then how many times am I seeing 9? Twice, I feel? And then I'm seeing 11 a lot, though. You know what? No one else does this. And I really do. I've been sleep deprived for about a month now. And when I say it, I sincerely mean it. Gotta be up early, and then I have to work the day after the 4th as well. So I think if you want to sit there and pause the video and count the number of times and figure out what this does, you feel free, and you leave a comment, and that will credit you for your work and your time invested in figuring this out. And in the next video, assuming I remember, I will say, hey, by the way, thanks to insert your name here for taking the time to pause the video multiple times and attempt to figure this out. Because right now, I can just kind of show it to you. But case in point, let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 different intervals here. I don't know that one yarn ball is going to hit 6 times, but if it did 3, we'll just alternate every other. So we're going to start at 8, and then we're going to do 11, and then we're going to do, let's just say 14 and 17, or I mean, I don't know. So let's just say everyone does 8, so then we'll say 9, 14, 17. 17 and 14 is 31. 31 and we did 9, right? Yes. 31 and 9 is 40, plus 8 is 48. If every yarn ball followed that pattern, which there's 4 of them, we would have 96 for 2 of them, and then 192 for all 4. So we've got our 16 to 24, and then we've got like roughly, 192 coming from all the little numbers adding up, basically. So this may, like, if you just see this and you're like, 8, 11, 12, oh, 17, wow, whoop-de-doo, you're going to just write this path off as a waste of your time. But if you actually do the math on it all, again, you come in, you've got your 16, 24 2 times, once for the laser, once for the yarn ball. And then the cat's meow is basically dealing out, I don't know, we'll say anywhere from like 1 to 200, roughly. That's pretty significant. So you've got 32 plus, 1 to 200. You can just call it 150. So, I mean, this little innocent little thing turns into, like 200. That is pretty insane. Let's make sure nothing's changed here. No, it didn't. But, hey, that's pretty cool. So, I think we're finally able to move on from that. That took a lot of time. My apologies there, but hey, no one else goes into this length of detail for one measly little upgrade. But like I said, if you just, look at this, you're like, stupid yarn balls hit at 8 to 12, that's dumb. But if you stop and you break it down and you think about it, it turns out to be pretty sweet.
Behold, hieroglyphics.
Plus, again, to me, it's just hilarious that there's yarn balls that orbit a cat with a staff, because it's Skylanders, so I'm pretty content with it. That said, up next, patience is a virtue. Again, play on words there, that should be virtue. Lasers are larger and increase in damage over time. XXX casts a much wider laser spread. So there at the end, you saw me shoot that one off. It was upgraded right here and does 74 to 111. So let's make sure. Ooh, what was that 25 about? What? Okay, things have changed. 16. Whoa, 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 what? Okay, the laser looks way cooler. This looks like something Blastertron would have. So I'm getting 16, 20, and 25. And I'm not sure why, but I'm loving it. Okay, ignore all the little numbers. I'm trying to see if this will pierce through to the second training dummy. I saw a 20 and a 25 on him. Not a 16 though. Oh, this is nice. So I'm not quite sure how to explain it. Like, I thought it would be the 1, 2, 3. You know, that was the only thing impacted. Oh, that's way better. Look at the range on that bad boy. And you have to remember that also pushes enemies back. It's not showcased here with these guys, but we might run upstairs or go into the arena and showcase that. So let me look at this again. It said nothing. Lasers are larger and increase in damage over time. I assumed that would have just again been for the final one, but apparently not, which I'm not going to argue with that. So 16, 16 to 24, 20 to 30, 25 to 38 would be our critical from primary laser. It doesn't look like our yarn balls change, which I am fine with that because that would have just been redonkulous. But now let's go ahead and get a taste of what this can do fanned out. 85, cool. So not as big of an increase as you would think, but again, the fan out will be handy. 128, nice. You can kind of see it clip both of the training dummies there. So I'll take it. Wave laser, not laster, laser. 85 to 128. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Because again, if you take this path, there's a good chance you're going to be spamming this thing, right? And it's going to be like an instant defense shield, and then you can knock enemies back every 3 times, basically. So it's got a lot of potential. See what I did there? And you thought the devs were the only ones with the puns.
Behold hieroglyphics.
Alright, now this, I'm not going to lie. This seemed fantastic. It's called First Degree Perns. Obviously, First Degree Burns is the play on words there. Copycats. Dun dun dun. Which one is that, huh? It's the secondary attack. It is not the decoy, but it's your secondary attack. So press B. Magical Staff creates a copycat that attacks with its own laser painter, which is this thing, which I wonder if the copycat's laser painter is upgraded as well. I don't know. We'll find out. They used to hit at 16 to 24 when they would do things. So if they get the yarn balls as well, holy Moses, that's going to be insane. Now, they've never spammed the attack. They sort of shoot. They do 16 to 24 with the laser and the yarn ball. They prance around a little bit. They turn. They shoot again. So the chances of them having this huge, like knockback laser, not very good. But if the yarn balls become a thing, that could be really interesting. So copycats create an explosion of magical energy when hit with a laser or a cat's familiar. So a laser would be our primary. Cat's familiar, again, is right here. So if we happen to have one of our decoys right beside us, and we shoot a laser to the left of them and it doesn't hit them, they're going to get hit with one of the yarn balls. There's 4 of the things. They orbit us like crazy. And apparently they explode with magical energy now. So copycats also create this explosion when they time out. Sign me up. Explosions, I've never argued with that in this game before. So first thing first, we're just going to chuck one over here. Oh, he has the upgraded laser. He has the upgraded laser. Not that you would know, because he's not... Oh, you go, boy. Oh, what? Okay, we didn't really get a good look at that. Let's see if we still do. When we hit the enemies with the staff, when I throw it, we were doing 37 to 56. That's still the same. Ooh, he's got a really good laser. Look at that bad boy. Uh-huh. He goes 4 times still. 32. Sweet. Okay, so Let's try to log this. So, copycats deal, dun dun dun, 16 to 24, not 34, 24, 20 to 30, and 25 to 38 with laser painter, and then explode with yarn balls. That do, it was 32, right? Which a critical on that would be 48. So that's a lot to have just typed into this cell of the spreadsheet, but whoa. So what I'm going to do this time, we're going to spawn this guy in, and then I'm just going to try and shoot him with a laser. You know what? Actually, let's chuck it over here. Dadgum, that's the decoy. My bad. Can I shoot him? Okay, no. So let me use the secondary attack this time. Oh, instantaneous. Oh, what? He doesn't. Whoa. The plot thickens. Okay. So here's what you need to take from that. I thought if I shoot him with the laser, he explodes and he's done. But that is not the case. I can throw this staff, shoot it, and we can get that to actually... look at this. I can just run around, spamming my attack, and every time I hit him... Right? Oh. Well, the first time... Okay, there's number one. Didn't work that time. Maybe you can only do it once. That's what I'm thinking. So, let me see here. I'm gonna spawn this guy in. We're gonna shoot him immediately. There he goes. I'm just gonna spam through this guy as much as I can. He should be getting hit a million times over. Oh, I think we got two that time. How many times can I do this? There's one. There's two. And then three. So, I'm thinking we can do it twice. There's one. Where did he go? There he is. There's two. And then he disappears and it's three. So I'm thinking we can initiate his, like, ushering in of that final explosion, if you will, twice. And then he'll do it himself when he times out. So I'm going to go ahead and log that. Dun, dun, dun. 32 to 48. We can trigger it twice. Time out. Triggers it a third time. So that's a massively long cell, but I don't really know how to shorten that. Basically what I'm trying to say, if you still don't follow, when I spawn in our copycat, which is our secondary attack, I can shoot him with a laser or have the yarn balls hit him, and it instantaneously spits out the orbital, the final attack. Okay, basically watch this. If I just let this guy do his thing, right? He's got the upgraded laser painter, which is sweet. He'll go around, he'll hit 4 times basically. And then when he times out right there, we get that. Was that a 22? Because I thought that was a 32. But he will do that. Now, if I come in and I shoot this guy, he instantaneously shoots the finale, if you will. And we let him run around, he should time out, and he will do it again. Boom. There was a 32. Okay. Now, the thing is, if I just constantly spam, there's number one. I don't know why he's going down here. There's number two. And he timed himself out, and there was round 3. So, that's what that is, I have to say. So, yeah. It sounds complicated when you try to explain it, but if you actually do it, it's not that bad. So, yeah. Plus, I really love that they got the upgraded laser. I guess they've had that for a while. I just didn't bother to really pay attention to it, I suppose. Oh well. So, Soul Gem time, Konichiwa. Hold X to conjure a rift that shoots homing projectiles and creates a copycat. We'll go ahead and pick that up for 4K. So we want to hold X right here. And there's the rift. Oh snap. There's our copycat. He got hit by those yarn balls. And there's his grand finale. So, pretty powerful stuff there. And again, the staff looks like that when you have the Soul Gem. Now, Sky Chi will go ahead and buy it. I can't really showcase it down here, but Domo Arigato Histo Rift Bato. Again, that's a play off of Styx, Mr. Roboto. Pull the song up if you want to, but it'll be stuck in your head. I'm just warning you. It's kind of like Pinata and Everybody Dance now. Pull up the old jock jams from the 90s with ESPN there. Ultimate Sensei Attack. Hold right trigger to create a sensational yarn ball. Yarn ball rift that shoots out cats familiars. Move around with left stick. So we've already got it because again it's Sky Chi, and I have to go and track it down. Where is that one? Scholarville, isn't it? I think it's right. Scholarville. I tell you what, that robot has never come back. Literally. So, I guess we milked him out of Imaginite. My apologies. I started to do the arena again. That worked out really well for Pinata, but this video is already over 30 minutes. So, mainly because the first upgrade here was insane. But you'll get to see the knockback here, which will be cool. And kind of get a closer perspective on Mysticat, really. It's sort of downstairs, you're like panned out a little farther. This is zoomed in a little bit more prominently. So we're going to hop up here. And let's just go straight to the Sky Chi, shall we? You've already seen it, but we'll showcase it here in case this is your first viewing of Mysticat. I love this attack.
Drawing a line in the sand.
It's so cool.
Cats all, folks.
Yeah. I see what you did there. Alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and get 4 more twins in the arena. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to hold the X button down. Oh, chaos.
Chrono Blast.
I'm trying to get more of them in the arena. To be ransacked by my little friend there. Yeah, this is good stuff. So, let me showcase the knockback here, if I can.
Excellent.
Well, you kind of see it in action. Yeah, he's basically gonna one-shot these guys. Not one-shot, but I mean, by the time I spawn... Basically, by the time I get to the point I can showcase the knockback, these guys will be completely ransacked. So, this gives you a good feel for what this upgrade path is going to be all about. Now, let's go ahead and get this in tune here. And I'm just going to let these yarn balls do their thing. So, I just press X once. Yeah. 2 rounds of that, and that dummy was done for. So... we'll bring this guy in. I'll shoot him. Boom, there's that. He got wrecked. So, that's Mysticat down the Paw-Erful Painter Path. I've got to be honest. I don't really know which path I would say I prefer at this point in time, but I will say that I think both of them are pretty good. Obviously, if you want to use Laser Painter exclusively, if this is what you want to do is run around, shoot lasers, shoot yarn balls, have yarn balls orbit you, and then have a knockback every 3 times, take this path. If you're more of the type that prefers, you know, the decoy and moving really, really fast and whatnot, you want to go that route because it's fantastic. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. It just, again, comes down to your play styles. Meow You See Me. Disappearing Act, 2639. That first one's kind of... Keep your friends close, though. 111 to 167. The Decoy, 106. Copycats, 106. And Not Kidding Around. 3 copycats at once. The copycat's doing 159, 239. So yeah, the bottom path, Meow You See Me, might have slightly. It's gonna have the higher damage, like singular entities of damage. It's gonna be more impressive. Again, if you do the math up here with catastrophic chasers, that is pretty salty. I don't know. I mean, it just kind of comes down to what you want. And again, you can still do this. And I mean, take advantage of it in this manner. So, if money wasn't an issue, Mysticat is someone I would fully recommend you pick up 2 of. Because both of these paths will have their time and place. And I think they're both pretty dadgum good. So, what I want to know from you, if you've taken both paths, if you don't even have Mysticat and you're only going off these videos I do, or if you have Mysticat and you took him down Paw-Erful Painter because you were like, this is the path, go back and watch my Meow You See Me. Similarly, if you took Mysticat down Meow You See Me, you're watching Paw-Erful Painter here for the first time, do you have any desire to reset him? Basically what I want to know, you've seen both paths, whether you've experienced them personally or just through these videos. Which path do you prefer for Mysticat and why? But once again, if this was a thing where Skylanders were cheaper, or there's a sale and maybe like, I don't know, standard Chompy Mage is available, and it's like buy one, get one free or something, Mysticat is someone that I don't think you would have a hard time arguing for his selection there, assuming you've got everyone else. If you're able to score a second Mysticat to have both of these paths available, not too bad of a setup for you. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts on Mysticat and his upgrade paths. Again, I'm kind of torn. Honestly, I'll probably keep this path active because 1, I love the yarn balls. Again, I just think that's funny. And 2, I really, really, really don't enjoy resetting the characters to get the money back, and in particularly the Sky Chi. If this was a deal, I wish it was like Skylander Tutor, where I could just switch on the drop of the fly. I can pause the game and be like, yeah, let's go with Meow You See Me. And then I get to another point in the game and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want Paw-Erful Painter here. I would love that, but that's not the case in Imaginators, so I'll probably just roll with him here and make the most of it. But Meow You See Me, fantastic path in my opinion. So again, I am curious what your thoughts are. If you really enjoy this sort of a thing, check out the Skylander Club forum at skylanderclub.com. My personal website is oneofwiisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet my videos, and I will always tweet before I live stream, whether I'm streaming on Mixer, YouTube, or Twitch. So stay tuned for that. Nonetheless, I hope everybody has a great Independence Day. Again, I know it's the 4th of July, but to me, it's proper to call it what it is. It's Independence Day. Very significant day historically for those of us in America, and honestly around the world. Way back in 1776, little band of people got mad with some taxes being levied and some other egregious things. They didn't like being under the rule of the monarchy, and he took on the most powerful military force in the world and happened to overcome it. So American experiment still going somehow. It's looking more and more challenged. I don't know if you're a history buff and you know anything about the Roman Empire and the collapse there. You can look around the landscape now and you'll see an awful lot of similar issues, what they dealt with. And it's a shame, the old saying, if you don't know history, it's bound to repeat itself. And sadly, there seems to be fewer and fewer intelligent people in the world, and more absolute idiots that wind up in significant positions of power. And yeah, there's a moral compass you can follow that usually points you in the right direction. And like I said, there's a lot of people nowadays that don't really don't seem to have that moral compass installed, or it's severely broken or damaged, or they've reprogrammed it and they force feed their views and agendas upon you. That's sort of what Twitch did. I streamed on Twitch for years. Twitch, YouTube, everybody's got their terms of service. Well, Twitch kind of violated my terms of service, and that's why I don't stream there anymore. But, again, you never know, things may change in the future, but yeah. If you did not know, I'm a bit of a history buff, particularly Revolutionary America. Big fan of that. The Founding Fathers, their works, Federalist Papers, things along those lines. And like I said, it's a very strange time in the world right now. So, nonetheless, enjoy your Independence Day. If you're around the rest of the world, enjoy your July 4th. Trick question people always like to ask, do they have July 4th in England or Great Britain or the United Kingdom or whatever it's called when you were in school? And, people just off the top of their head is like, no, they don't have July 4th in England. No, that's a stupid question. And then you realize it's like, oh, it's like, how many animals, of each kind did, Moses have on the ark? And it was like, 2, you idiot. And then it's like, Moses didn't build an ark. That was Noah. But yeah, one of those things. So yeah, July 4th for most of you, Independence Day here in America. So it's a big meaningful day for me again, and I'll leave it at that. So that said, Mysticat though, again, let me know, which path do you prefer for him and why? I think I'll keep him here again, in part because I just honestly don't want to take the time to get the money back and get the Sky Chi. And it seems like every other character's shrine is in Scholarville, which is a great level, but it gets a little bit redundant having to go back through there so many times. Although that is where the Helm of Ultimate Wiisdom is, if you didn't know. But I'm going to end this. I'm going to go unbox an amiibo real quick. And try to get a little bit of sleep, get up. I guess we're going to the parade, first time in a while, local one. So should be a good day. Hope everyone has a great time with your friends and family. Blow some stuff up. Be cautious if it's dry. That's one of the worst things you could ever do, is start a fire with fireworks. It's very easy to do. You don't ever think it'll happen, and then it does, and then no one there knows how to handle it. So if you're going to blow some stuff up, have fun, but by gosh, don't be an idiot. And be prepared for the worst. Hope you have a great cookout if you're into that sort of thing. And hey, that said, I'll quit rambling. My apologies. I'm just completely drained and don't really have a lot of free time here the last 6 weeks or so. But hey, I'm doing the best I can. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll catch you back here for the next installment of Skylanders Imaginators Research. Adios.